Aloha! This is Lesson 5 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. I am never upset for the reason I think. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain. Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which will be perceived as different. This is not true. However, until you learn that form does not matter, each form becomes a proper subject for the exercises for the day. Applying the same idea to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. When using the idea for today for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and the cause which you ascribe to it. For example, I am not angry at blank for the reason I think. I am not afraid of blank for the reason I think. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for, quote, sources, unquote, of upset in which you believe, and forms of upset which you think result. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and to avoid giving greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to precede the exercises with the statement, "There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind." Then examine your mind for whatever is distressing you, regardless of how much or how little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's idea to some perceived sources of upset than to others. If this occurs, think first of this: I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them as all the same. Then search your mind for no more than a minute or so, and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you, regardless of the relative importance you may give them. Apply the idea for today to each of them, using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it, and of the feeling you experience it as you experience it. Further examples are, I am not worried about the blank for the reason I think. I am not depressed about blank for the reason I think. 3 or 4 times during the day is enough. I am never upset for the reason I think is one of the miraculous statements that I use so often. It's so easy. It's so fun to use that one. It's almost like a shock to the nervous system. It kind of, it's like, I'm not upset for the reason I think. Wow, it's like when you look around at all of the things that you seem to be upset about, and they all seem like they're different things. They all seem like they're different upsets. The upset actually has one cause, and that cause is a guilty thought. It underlies this whole apparent reality.
And the first guilt is the separation from God.
It's the guilt of believing that you've separated yourself from God and also caused the death of God's Son, which you perceive as everyone else, everyone and everything else, even all the animals and all the plants. It's like everything seems to be dying here. And that's based out of your guilty self-concept. All you can perceive is yourself. It's your self-concept.
I think the whole aim of this course is to heal the separation from God that you feel, which is the guilt that you feel.
That's it. That's it. And the feeling, the guilty feeling that you feel is actually made of thought as well. So that's why it's being applied to, I'm not worried. Worried is also a guilty feeling. Let's say you're worried about money. This is a common one that has come up for me. Let's say you get the sense that you're worried about money. I'm not really worried about money for the reason I think. I'm not really worried for the reason I think, because the worry is actually a projected thought. It's a projected guilty thought. So this is beginning the practice of making everything in the illusion all the same.
All part of an illusion.
Right, all part of an illusion. It's identifying illusion as such. So this is how a sorting out takes place. Right, so you start to see what's really, false. And by seeing what's false, you can then recognize what's real, what's true. So, and one of the most comforting things that I've heard in A Course in Miracles, I listen to it with my headphones, and one of the most comforting phrases that I've heard is making it all the same. That is also another one of my favorite phrases, because when you make it all the same, all equal, you recognize it has no power to affect me. I've made this. Everything is like each other because it's what I've made.
All the power comes from our belief.
That's it. Our belief in separation is making this illusion, and it's not really here. We're not really here where we seem to be. We're still safe where we've always been and always will be, in heaven. It's just this desire to explore separation arose.
Take a bite of the apple.
Right. And so, being creative, created to create just like God and think just like God, we can't make ourselves separate. We can only dream it up. And it's like God's not going to come into our dream and save us against our will.
I think people get stuck on believing that they're created by God. I think they feel so far away from God that they don't believe they're created by God.
Well, right, because they believe in the identity that they made and call that as created by God. Mm-hmm. And did God create something that's guilty? Right? This identity that you made, it appears to you as if it's guilty because it's projecting from a guilty thought. But it's made by you. It's not created by God. You're created by God. So the image that you made, the body, the personality, and everything, that's your son, in as much that you're God's son.
And it's a miscreation.
It's a miscreation. Exactly. So it's like we're just undoing our own miscreation by seeing that we're never triggered for the reason we think. Right? I'm not upset at a person. I mean, that sets that person free. And it's like they're calling for love in your name. They are you. There's no separation here. I would talk about God has one son. And it's as if it's been split and spread all over the earth. But it hasn't. It's still one sun. So when we extend love, this is a form of forgiveness right here. I'm never upset for the reason I think. I'm not hurt for the reason I think. I might feel hurt because it seems like someone said something hurtful to me, or they're behaving in a way that feels hurtful to me. And that's hard on an ego. It might seem like gaslighting to an ego, right? But I'm not hurt for the reason I think. And then the dominion over the world is returned to the mind. It's like you're reclaiming the mind's power over everything.
It's definitely a forgiveness.
Oh yeah. I feel like all of these lessons are forms of forgiveness.
Definitely.
Right. It's like when they're practiced within the practicality of your life experiences, your life perceptions. These are miraculous.
It's a miracle.
Yes.
And it's a course showing you how.
Yep. I love it. Yay. Mahalo, everyone. We love you.